The Sandringham serial killer FrameFIX assassination. My name is Johnny Botwright from the market town of Dis, Norfolk, UK. This is a true story of how I was set up, used, framed and fixed as the Sandringham serial killer to cover UPA Prince Harry Prince of Darkness birthday party, Sandringham estate killing fields, Jack the Ripper, Crimea 17-year-old sex trafficked girl abused, hunted and found dead on the Royal Sandringham estate killing fields. I was parked on a hill between Hunstanton and Heacham, North Norfolk, UK, where I was staying in a disused beach hut 7 miles from the Royal Sandringham estate. I was waiting for the tide to come in to go for an evening cast, some fishing for a sea bass for the cooking pot for me and Rocky, my faithful hound, who was asleep in the back of the car. We had done a lot of walking out on the sands, cliffs and woods. I was steaming up some mussels I had picked earlier along the cliffs. A car passed, then turned around, parked nearby. The engine still running, headlights still on, one male driver, just sitting there looking in my direction, making a phone call. I thought this was a bit strange. Not long after this I saw a set of headlights coming along the track from Heacham. It was a police car that parked up with the other vehicle. 2 police officers got out and the other male from the unmarked police car who had called for backup came over and asked me if I was Johnny Botwright. I said yes, I was. They were all looking very serious. They asked me what I was doing. I replied I was waiting for the tide to come in. I was going to do a spot of fishing. They asked if they could look in the boot of my Skoda car. I said they could. Because of Norfolk police black box serial killer FrameFIX assassination, they had buried me alive, and I said there is not a body in the boot. The boot was full of camping and fishing gear. I am thinking this is about aboard motors that had recently been stolen off of boats along the North Norfolk coast, though nothing to do with me. They said, remarked that I stuck out like a sore thumb. It was past the tourist season, not so many people around. I said, well, I have nothing to hide, not me sneaking around at night stealing outboard motors engines off of boats. I said, in fact, I would like to report a crime. I had put my food tray under the car to keep it cool. I then heard a rustle, then a black cat appeared from under the car and ran off with my 3 sausages. I said I got a good look at the culprit, so if they could put the crime on Crime Watch. He or she was black and a cat. They said this was their concern, that I was a black cat. I knew what they were implying by this, though never the case. No Sutcliffe black cat, copycat black cat of Burston, Steve Wright Black Panther serial killer here. A good example: not long before this encounter I had come out of the library at Sheringham at 5 p.m. when it closed. I parked in the center of Sheringham fully on camera until 7 p.m. I got something to eat and was reading a book. Regular police patrols. Every hour I even had to reverse my car up, to let the teleporter putting up the Christmas lights have access to Barclays Bank nearby. Then it was reported on the radio that at 6 p.m. a man had attacked a young girl in an alleyway at North Walsham, not that far from Sheringham. Though certainly no black cat, copycat black alley cat here out on the prowl as they were trying to suggest in their monster serial killer FrameFIX assassination. I had been framed and detained in the past by Dis Police Inspector Bunton, Mr. Fix-It for Dis Town Mason SS Council OBEMEPMP and the Mayor Mason SS Grandmaster, and buried alive in a very long, deep, dark black box serial killer FrameFIX assassination. Sealed with 7 monster black Norfolk Bacon SS Porky Pie serial killer lies. 7 Dr. Death SS bogus diagnosis from the Norfolk Bacon SS Pork Farm. Dr. Death's black SS Pigsty. This is more bogus diagnosis than on any serial killer, pedophile, rapist, ripper, black wizard, terrorist, mass murderer you can mention, past or presenter. Real strangle, chokehold, death grip, hatchet job, jigsaw trap. MP Richard Bacon. Number 10 necktie frenzy FrameFIX assassination. So these police officers at Heacham put their Black Panther serial killer sticker on me and my car, though never the case, and left. Not long after this, a body of a 17-year-old sex-trafficked girl was found dead on the Royal Sandringham estate, who was last seen at Snetsum, which is right next to Heacham where I was staying. Her body remains had been on the Sandringham estate killing fields for some time, discovered by a dog walker on New Year's Day. I travelled down to Norwich to see my son, who said to me if I was the Sandringham serial killer I should turn myself into the police. The Shea fraternal far end Burston, who had phoned me in as the Sandringham serial killer Benjamin Shea, also claiming I was having affairs and vice sex on the North Norfolk coast and Norwich, though never the case. Shea fraternal far end Burston, Norfolk Police SS Dismason SS Counsel Dr. Death SS Silver Bullet Hume Sandringham serial killer collaboration had begun. All knowing I had been staying at Heacham 7 miles from Sandringham, putting me my name into the goblet of fire. As a mad, deranged, unhinged black killer dog wolf, Sirius the Black Wizard, Norfolk Wolf Creek Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Norfolk Jack the Ripper on the loose, though again never the case. My son was told only to meet with me in a very public place. The locks had also been changed on the house at Burston, and he had been told under no circumstances if I turned up at Burston, a village near de Sois, he to let me into the house or be on his own with me. I asked him, was he really buying into this monster Sandringham serial killer Porky Pie lie, a real monster black bluff? The big problem being for my son was, as more than one person was saying I was the Sandringham serial killer, it must be Steve Wright, though again never the case. I had also been informed this big Norfolk police monster Sandringham serial killer Black Porky Pie lie monster Black Bluff was being pushed spread around dis. By Norfolk Bacon SS Dismason SS Counsel, all their cronies, spies and informers, also Royal Mail postie assassins, vigilantes, postie mayor, one deadly black package with 7 black stamps full of monster black serial killer lies, Dr. Death SS bogus diagnoses. I will not be signing for return to sender postie mayor. This big Sandringham serial killer lie FrameFIX assassination of myself was also being posted all over social media. Facebook Brian Numbnuts Goodman Ladbrick Close Dis Norfolk UK posting all over Facebook using Colonicist's Facebook account. Brian Goodman claiming I was the Black Panther Sandringham serial killer. Brian Goodman was also claiming he and only he could prove it, no one else could, only him. Brian Goodman wanting to be Kingpin center stage #1 player assassin in my assassination. Many people had seen this monster black Sandringham serial killer lie posted all over Facebook. Brian Goodman also claiming the Polish would kill me. Brian Goodman had 3 Polish lads staying with him. Others too in disables dis taxis wanting the Polish Eastern Europeans in dis to do their dirty work and make me disappear. There are over 800 Polish in dis Norfolk UK and over 1,000 Eastern Europeans, and the poor 17-year-old sex-trafficked girl abused and hunted found dead on the Royal Sandringham estate Killingfields. Prince Harry Prince of Darkness birthday party was Eastern European. So like the John Hurt film, the Oxford murders monster Black Sandringham serial killer lies also spread around dis and all the surrounding villages by Royal Mail postie assassins, vigilantes. Postie mayor has started a chain reaction that will get me killed. Take for example the disabled Iranian man in Bristol, UK, falsely set up and framed as a paedophile, then beaten by his neighbours and set on fire. Plenty in TikTok Toxic Town dis who would like to put me on the Woodyard Treadfast Tires Toxic Tire Fire in their Black Panther Sandringham serial killer FrameFIX assassination. No shortage of death threats on my Facebook Messenger, texts and voicemail seen and listened to by dis police, some claiming they will bite my face off and smash my head into the concrete, death threats of a price on my framed fixed head and a big surprise I will not see coming. Bullets and shotgun cartridges left on my vehicle, always those who will do other people's dirty work, license to kill and make a problem disappear, others who will do anything for money, drugs and alcohol, some to like their blood, sport others their blood, money, setting me up to be hunted, boxed, caged, assassinated, disappeared one way or another. I returned to the coast North Norfolk but picked up crews on my framed fixed tail Land Rovers pickups and vans following me. I know North Norfolk very well and know lots of hiding places. Some wanted me set up and disappeared as the Sandringham serial killer to cover up a Sandringham estate Killingfields Black Prince's hybrid hosts Jack the Ripper crime. Some in high places had something to hide, Sandringham needing a fall guy regarding the 17-year-old sex-trafficked girl hunted and abused found dead in the Royal Sandringham estate. It was said she had gone missing early September and her remains had been on the Sandringham estate since September. Prince Harry's birthday party, Wolverton Wood Farm Cottage, Sandringham wolf pack hunting party. Sandringham had also been closed to the public around this time for one whole month. Claims of a killer dog virus, or they were they combing the estate knowing their victim was missing on the Sandringham estate killing fields not far from William Sandringham Amber residence. I spoke to the police in East Runton, North Norfolk and Holt about the crews on my FrameFIX tale following and hunting me for sport. North Norfolk police only turned a blind eye to the crews on my FrameFIX tale, wanting some to do their dirty work, feed me to the crabs and fishes. Many in the police also in Lucifer's Freemason SS Serpent brood of Vipers Sis 66 Club. So I left Norfolk and went to hide out, keep my head down in Derbyshire, which again I know very well, plenty of good hiding places. The same cruise vehicles arrived in Buxton, Derbyshire. So I was being traced by cameras on the highways. I could not find a tracker on the car and had not used my phone or ATM cash machine nor a computer or laptop. These cruise vehicles equipped with large spotlights searching for me out at the Goit Valley, the Cat and the Fiddle Inn. I spoke to the police at Macclesfield, who again only turned a blind eye to those hunting me for sport. So I headed into the Lake District. The same crew's Land Rovers pickups vans arrived in the town of Keswick, the northern part of the Lake District, where I also informed the police, who again did nothing. Some people really are licensed to kill and make a problem disappear. So it was cat and mouse, Game of Thrones, Hunger Games around the Lake District. Then backup arrived for myself, DC and the boys. And the powers that be could not afford another major incident in the Lake District after Raoul Moat and Derek Bird, so their crews backed off and stood down. I spoke to the police at Windermere, who could not get my details up on their system from my driver's license, which they knew was genuine. They had never know this, said it was very strange, and said, "Johnny, it is like you have been erased, some want you permanently erased." Disappeared. I took refuge sanctuary at St. Mary's Church and the Ambleside Parish Centre for a couple of months and let things settle down, then returned to Norfolk to see my son. When I got to King's Lynn, I took the North Norfolk coastal road to Blakeney. Thought I would stay out on Blakeney Point, where I would have a very good vantage point. You can see anyone coming from a long way off it to access Blakeney Point by vehicles also, plus I had canoes at Blakeney. I parked my car in the harbour car park among several vehicles, then sat up on top of the hill overlooking the car park to see if I would get any company. Within 1 hour 2 pickups started going around the harbour road. One pickup went and checked my vehicle out, so the powers that be in high places knew I was back in Norfolk. I knew it would not be safe to stay at Blakeney. So when the coast was clear, I went along to Cromer, North Norfolk, to Warren Wood at Happy Valley. Cromer, a large wood up on the cliffs. Though no Norfolk Bacon SS psycho rapist beer bottle Steve Wright Sandringham serial killer pedophile rapist black wizard here. In Warren Wood I also had a base camp well concealed. I thought I would turn my phone on. You get a good 4G signal as you are high up on the cliffs to see if the GPS on my phone was being tracked and if I would get any company in Warren Wood. Sure enough, I did. At 11 p.m. 3 men entered the wood with big handheld searchlights and no dogs. I could see them, they could not see me. The problem being also the cliffs are very high there. If some want you disappeared over a framed Sutcliffe cliff, the Norfolk Bacon SS Police Headquarters could put suicide in their number 10 minority report. Though will never be the case, if I am found hanging or at the bottom of a cliff, you can know for sure it was not suicide. So I slipped out of Warren Wood unseen, leaving some of my stuff equipment there, that was later handed into Cromer Police. When I went to collect it, Cromer Police in their big Sandringham serial killer black wizard FrameFIX assassination ordered me off the coast and said if I did not leave the coast they would make me disappear. Any black serial killer pedophile rapist ripper black wizard FrameFIX assassination will do. More recently, Dr. Pantazi Dislawn's healthcare practice Norfolk, UK called me in to warn me that very sinister things are afoot in high places. He showed me the Norfolk Bacon SS Police Headquarters email he had received. A very big Cranswick Crown Chicken Waybread managers, supervisors, team leaders, engineers, Quattro agency serial killer police SS collaboration. Where I was working was taking place behind closed doors, some even calling me a pervert killer to my face, though again never the case, wanting to proper pluck me up and slit my throat like a chicken's neck. Just a monster black porky pie liar monster black bluff Norfolk Police Dis Mason SS Council Cranswick Managers Crown Chicken Waybread I Suffolk want everyone to believe are true. Pushed around by all their cronies, spies and informers in TikTok Toxic Town Dis Norfolk UK. They all wanted to put me in a Crown Chicken black box and send me to the Cranswick Crown Chicken Norfolk Bacon SS Pork Farm Dr. Death's Black SS Pig Sty in a precision-engineered chicken cage and throw away the key feed my to the Cranswick herd of pigs. Dr. Pantazi advice warning to myself was run Johnny go disappear vanish while you still can. A real Cranswick Crown Chicken managers Garth Scott and Deborah Tricky Ricky Martin Quattro agency Norfolk Police SS collaboration. Cutting room jigsaw trap which also led to my suspension, a 15-day bogus investigation and my immediate dismissal and not one word in writing. A real Norfolk Bacon SS Police Headquarters Simon Bailey Don't Cry Norfolk Police Crying Chief Constable and his blonde host Plainclothed Lover Serial Killer Swine Flu Virus Dis Mason SS Council Black Nerve Agent Cranswick Crown Chicken Serial Killer Bird Flu that has infected TikTok Toxic Town Dis Norfolk UK Coronavirus COVID-19 will finish this off. No Cranswick Hull Bacon Butcher Libby Squire Steve Wright Sandringham Serial Killer Clockwork Orange Norwich Train Station Mountain Bike Rapist also mixed into the Black Shroud of Sandringham Child 44 Black Wizard Terrorist here. Simon Bailey Don't Cry Norfolk Police Crying Chief Constable did also send his blonde host Plainclothed Lover around to see meet the center of it all. To inform me for exposing their monster black bluff Sandringham serial killer monster black porky pie Leeson social media Facebook YouTube Twitter Instagram Pinterest Lot forum which has had hundreds of thousands of views for the world to see. Who is telling the truth and who is full of porky pie monster serial killer lies? Africa Dis Norwich and Sandringham, though never the case 39 on all accounts that they want everyone to believe are true. Norfolk Bacon SS Police Headquarters Dis Mason SS Council MP Richard Bacon have put me on the number 10 terrorist watch list. Though no Sandringham serial killer pedophile rapist ripper terrorist here hidden in plain sight. The storm is coming in more ways than one, 4 storms converging, the perfect storm: financial, natural, solar, conflict, war. 3 world wars, precision-engineered, a high-tech, highly efficient, effective global killing machine, the Antichrist, NWO, satanic agenda, the abomination that causes desolation, principalities and powers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. Your assassination, blood and fire, sacrifice, eternal entrapment, enslavement is also being precision-engineered. Will you escape in time? The Lord Jesus Christ, God's only begotten Son, the one God sent to set and make the captives free, that you and me is the ark of the new covenant between God and men, the key and the door to our freedom, now our eternal freedom, bringing the priceless gift of God's eternal salvation. So if you are in with the Lord Jesus Christ, you are in the right place at the right time. Come hell, fire or high water, the clock is ticking, you are running out of time. Will you escape in time from your precision-engineered black box? Or will you remain trapped in the kingdom of darkness, eternally trapped and enslaved? Satan and the fallen coming down with great wrath, knowing their time is short. Woe unto the earth, seeking those they can devour, the real serial killers from hell, the bottomless pit. For more details see Johnny Botwright, Facebook Johnny Botwright, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn. 357 666 views. God bless, keep safe, keep praying, Johnny.